Coming up next, we have some awesome recipes submitted from our viewers, chicken and inside out s'mores. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Dede.
And we got excellent submitted recipe by Irene Collis out of Mott.
Yep.
She submitted a Texas Ranch chicken recipe.
Yep.
So those viewers that want to cook along with us, get a piece of paper, write these ingredients down, and then pause, but make sure you come back so you can see the rest of the show. Okay, you're going to need 12 6-inch tortillas, 4 cups of cooked chicken, 2 cups of shredded cheese, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a large onion chopped, 1.5 cups chopped green peppers, a teaspoon of chili powder, a can of cream of mushroom soup, a can of cream of chicken soup, and 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes with chilies. This is going to be spicy. All right, let's get going.
Okay, doesn't that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to spray our pan here.
All right.
And I already got my chicken cooked. I just cut up, you want about 4 cups of cooked chicken.
Okay.
And when I cook my chicken, I put a little seasoning, a little salt and pepper on it. Not a lot.
Okay.
You know, and stuff, because I just like to do that. And so now we're going to line our pan with the tortillas. And it's a 12, didn't it? So.
Yep, 12 6-inch tortillas.
You count and I'll count.
All right.
4, 5, and I need one more.
Same here.
Okay. And we're just gonna line the pan because you want it to come up on the side. And that's just so that, you know, that whole pan is covered. So you will be overlapping a little bit, and we'll lay them on the bottom here. And we'll put right there, and
I think 11 would have been a better number.
yeah, you know, that would have just fit perfect, wouldn't have it?
I don't
You know,
think we're going to use that one.
I don't even think so either. Well, we're going to line this one right here. We need a little bit on this side here. But you want the bottom covered evenly, and so, hey, that was
11 or
easy
12,
enough.
depending on your pan size.
That's right. You just, there. So now we're going to take that and we're going to put our chicken in there. And like I said, I just cut that chicken up and seasoned it a little bit. Just there. Easy enough.
All right.
And then we're going to put our onion and our chopped pepper on it. So, like I said, set a large onion, so that was a good sized onion. I didn't really measure that. And we'll just spread that out. And it really adds up to quite a bit of filling in here. So it would certainly serve a family easily, you know, of 6 to 8.
Certainly. And then potluck, awesome
potluck.
too.
And then it said 1 1/2 cups chopped green pepper.
Okay. I like recipes that have tortillas instead of noodles for just a different twist on how to make things.
It is, isn't it? You know, it's kind of neat. And then we're going to add our 2 cups shredded cheese on top of this.
Okay.
And cheese always makes it so good.
So we have cheese in the middle because we're going to add soup and tomatoes on top.
Yes. So I have a can of cream of chicken soup here.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it in a bowl here because I want to just mix it together, so, you know, so you blend that. And it says to put that on top and then sprinkle your garlic powder and chili powder over that.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to add the chili powder and garlic powder right in here.
Well, then it gets evenly
Right.
distributed.
It's going to be,
yeah, good idea.
instead of trying to sprinkle it on there. So And I did preheat the oven to 350.
Okay.
That's what you want to do. And it says to bake 45 minutes. So,
Okay.
45 minutes, or, until it's nice and bubbly, because your chicken is already cooked. So, you don't have to worry about that, but you just want to make sure everything is nice and bubbly and hot.
Okay.
So we'll blend that. And it was a teaspoon of chili powder and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder.
Okay.
And just blend that together.
Oh, this will make sure, yeah, much better doing it this way, get it evenly distributed.
Yeah, I think so too, instead of like I said, trying to sprinkle that on there. And mixing the 2 cans of soup together too is, the better way of doing that. So we're gonna just, put that on top of here. I'll just
It's
dab
just
it.
got a little bit of Southwest flavor in this
Yep.
dish.
And like you said, that's probably where the
Texas part.
Texas ranch comes in from, right? And being I wasn't adding any, we have the seasoning of the garlic powder and the chili powder, but there was not extra pepper or salt in there. So seasoning the chicken just a little bit.
Well, you definitely
Let's-
have the salt in the soup, though.
Right, and you have your cheese and like that. So we're gonna spread that over that. And it is kind of different to have the cheese in the middle versus it on top, right?
Absolutely. I was going to question you reading the recipe
Oh,
correctly,
okay.
but you obviously thought this through.
I did. Okay, there we go. And then it asks for 28 ounces of diced, chopped, chilies with tomatoes with green chilies.
Okay.
And when I opened this can, they're kind of chunky. And I'm going to just put that in this little thing here, and I'm going to just chop them a little bit more so that they're a little finer.
Okay.
It says, crushed, and mine had said, it's diced. So just to, I like tomatoes, and I don't mind seeing, having chunks of tomatoes in, but some may not. So I'm going to just turn this a little bit and chop that up. It's a little bit juicy there. It shouldn't be leaking, but it does.
Well, I think you can turn it and this thing comes around a little bit.
Oh, there is the, yeah, I was looking there and I didn't see it.
There you go.
So then the liquid doesn't come out of there. Like I said, it's just gonna, and this is just very optional, something you don't have to certainly do, is, to crush up your tomatoes a little bit more.
You just like doing dishes.
Yeah. Well, I got you here to help me. So my spoon here. Oh, this is the spoon I was looking for. And then we're just going to add that on top of this.
Okay.
And as you can see, that makes a pretty full, 9 by 13 pan here.
Absolutely.
Full here, so. Now, like I said, I didn't, I really hadn't paid attention to see if there was a 28-ounce can of tomatoes with chilies. I just had 2 14-ounce cans, so that's what I was using. So.
Well, that's what most people will have in their
Yeah.
cupboards too, so. All good.
Okay, does that not look good?
Looks great.
Okay, so we're gonna pop that into the oven.
Okay.
And we'll set that timer. It says 45 minutes, and that's where we're going to start with.
Okay.
Okay, so we can set this aside.
And our second recipe that we're going to be doing here on the show is a submitted recipe by Marge Dangle here of Dickinson. Inside Out S'mores.
S'mores brownies. Yes. Doesn't that sound interesting?
Love that. Do you have
Yeah.
the recipe there? And I can let our viewers know what ingredients
Okay.
they'll need.
There, and then you'll have the back side there. And that too, it says to have the oven at 350.
Okay.
So we get this mixed up, we can pop that in the oven and they can be baking at the same temperature.
Perfect. So Inside Out S'mores, the ingredients that you're going to need: half cup of butter, 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate, chopped, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 cups flour, 9 honey graham cracker squares, and 1 cup of tiny marshmallows. Pretty easy.
Okay, it is.
Sounds like s'mores to me.
Yeah.
All
Doesn't
right.
it though?
Let's
Really good.
show our viewers how we
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah. And it says, you know, you can either grease your pan, or if you have parchment paper, you line your pan with parchment paper. And this way, when they're done tonight, we can just pull that out and, you know, will be easier to show the finished product.
And easier to wash.
Oh, isn't that right? Okay, we're going to come over here to our stove.
Okay.
And I have, I'll put the, oh, excuse me, get this over here. Turn my burner on, and it says to a half a cup of butter. Is that right?
That's correct.
So, well, this way the viewers can keep me in check with, in case I forget something that, you know, with you.
Well, and hopefully I remember that if I see something we forget to put in, I can catch it.
That you can catch that. That's correct. So, got that here. I had my butter out, so that got softened already. And then I'm using, and it says unsweetened chocolate, and you have your baker's, or any kind of chocolate. This is already 1 ounce, and it says to use 2 ounces. So that's what I did. It was easy to measure out 2 squares.
Okay.
And I just chopped that here, and we'll get that in here. And we just want to get this melt, the butter, and it doesn't take too long for the chocolate to melt either. So
Okay.
we'll get that going.
My idea of easy s'mores is taking 2 cookies that have chocolate back and melt a marshmallow and slap them together.
Oh, well, that's the fun way, yep.
That's the lazy way.
Well, especially if you're out camping and that. But this is actually like Inside Out S'mores.
It's brownies. Yeah, we got
It's
brownies here.
But it's just, isn't that a neat twist?
Yes,
You
absolutely.
know, something different. It's always great to, you know, hear and find new recipes, especially when they're from our viewers.
Right.
When you know they're tried and true already and stuff. So that's just about melted. And then from there, we just go, we're going to add our other ingredients. And you don't, you know, we're just going to use a wooden spoon to mix it. You really don't need a mixer or whatever.
Okay.
And we can all do it all in this kettle. So we've already saved an extra dish.
There.
So start out with, you know, a big enough kettle. It doesn't take much, you know. You wouldn't need a very big size to melt this, but you might as well make it all in the same thing.
All right.
Okay, it's just about melt.
So do you want to bring this over onto the counter, or are we going to do everything here?
We'll take it over to the counter.
Okay.
You know, and I've had some comments from several different viewers that said, oh, they picked up our recipes at the workshop.
Yes.
So that's working out really good, isn't it?
It is.
You know, I think people are, it's an easy place to pick up the recipes when they're doing their, getting
Or
their,
just if they're in there getting their whatever they might need for meat or sausage, that they can, they see the recipes, they might try them.
definitely. So I think that has been a really great idea. So now, you know, it says you're going to melt that. So we're going to add our sugar. And that was 1 cup sugar.
Okay.
And And we'll get our spoon here. And then we're going to add our eggs. So just break 2 eggs in there.
No, you're just trusting that those eggs are going to be good.
See, I know what we always should do, but sometimes we take that little extra quick step and sometimes we wished we hadn't. So we're going to blend that. Just beat that up there.
Well, and being the chocolate and the butter were hot, we don't have to worry about it cooking the egg up when we put it in the kettle here.
We didn't have it really to a boil. I just melted it.
Okay.
It was just enough to melt it, and then, you know, I added the sugar first
Okay.
and stuff. So no,
So you shocked it with the sugar.
that's right. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, and get my. And just blend that, and then we're going to add the 3/4 cup of flour.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and add that. And the batter is, you know, 3/4 cup flour. You think, well, that's not a lot, and it is a little softer batter for the fact you're putting the graham crackers in there, and that's going to absorb some of, you know, the liquid, like you'd have a little bit thicker
Right.
batter if you were just making regular brownies. So,
Oh, that looks and smells great.
well, chocolate always smells good there. So, like I said, you know, it's pretty thin, and we're going to only put half of the batter in the pan, and then we're going to add the crackers, and then we're going to put marshmallows on it, and then we'll top the rest with put the rest of the batter on it.
Okay.
So, there. Okay. Put that down there. You know, I haven't, you know, in the past baked too much with parchment paper, but the couple of times I have, I've liked it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a nice way to do that. It asks, so you don't want a 9 by 13 pan. That's going to be too big. It says like 11 by 7 or something, you know, close to that.
Okay. Could you even do like a square 8 by 8?
Yes, definitely. You know,
Okay.
just to whatever you would have on hand. So we're just going to spread that out there. And that looks like about half. And now it says 9 squares of your graham crackers.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm going to assume, you know, it's, you know, we're going to do it like that. You're not going to use 9 whole
Right.
pieces of graham cracker there, so. And in fact, you know, I shouldn't even say 9 there, because you have these extras, if you break them there, that would be what you'd consider 9 squares. So that was only 3 full-size graham
Right.
crackers. So, and then it says cup of marshmallows. And don't bring the marshmallows too close to the edge, you know, so when they're baking.
Yep, you want that brownie part to kind of almost seal
Yeah,
on the ends,
yeah.
right?
We got to make it whole cup.
Oh my.
That's right. So
There's so many viewers that just know all about how you are obsessive about getting every last bit into dishes.
Is it? Yep. I try. Well, I guess it's just the way I was raised and what I've always done, and so it's just what I do.
I know.
Naturally. So
I know. And so are we putting another layer of graham crackers on top of the...
Nope.
Okay,
Nope,
so we're just layering
We're going to put the rest of the batter on there. So you're going to have to do it pretty gently. And that's where it's nice, you know, it's thinner, so it's easier to spread on there.
Well, this would be a great treat and something that, I mean, definitely my kids at their ages would like to help making this dish.
I'm sure, I mean, and you know, it's always so much fun when they can help. They feel special. They love to be able to do that, but they're going to feel even so much better when they can.
Well, Addison will be turning 7 here next month, and she is already starting to crack eggs, so I should send her to the school of grandma cooking because you could teach her a lot more than I could.
Oh, well, I would love to. There's nothing better than working with your grandkids. I mean, it might be, I shouldn't even say work because that's really going to be play with them, so. Well, we just about got that out of there. And if they were here, they would certainly like to lick the kettle. So
sometimes the muffins get a little bit smaller in our house because there's got to be licking of the batter.
And that's okay. That's fun.
And it's not always just me either.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have that there. We got all that. So we're going to pop that in the oven. And like I said, at 350. And it says 25 minutes. Now it's got about 33 minutes there for the others. So we just got to kind of pay attention to what. And sometimes, you know how that is when you're supposed to pay attention. I think we should just cancel that time and put 25 minutes on for the brownies. And then we'll just finish baking the Texas Ranch chicken. So I'm going to go 25 minutes right there. Okay, the timer went off for the brownies. So let's check them and take them out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Look at that and how that topped with the marshmallows. Aren't those cool?
It looks like s'mores.
Yeah, makes those marshmallows pop up. We're going to put the timer on about 10 more minutes for the Texas Ranch chicken here. So
okay.
I'm going to, and I think I pushed the wrong button and actually turn the oven off. So here we're got to do that again. There we go. So we're going to just bring that over here, and this will have a chance to cool a little bit until we have our casserole done, and then we'll be able to feature them both. Okay, the buzzer went off for our casserole, so we're going to take that out.
Okay.
Oh, that looks nice and bubbly and hot.
Piping hot.
Oh, it is. Doesn't that smell good?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking I'm smelling the s'mores though.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you do. and isn't that neat? I love the flour tortillas, you know, lining that pan. So that looks just really, really good. Let's just kind of lift this out and see what our s'mores is like here. And we can, see.
Oh.
Doesn't that look great?
And look at how easy that cleanup is.
Just pretty darn perfect, isn't it? I'm going to just cut a little piece of this just to show. It's still pretty warm, so it's nice and gooey.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that with that graham crackers and that marshmallows on top. And I love the way that marshmallows bubbles up and a nice texture on top, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's perfect.
And yeah. Well, this is pretty hot, so we're not going to cut into, but we can just feature and you can see how great that looks.
And thank you to Irene Collis of Mott and Barnes Dangle here of Dickinson for submitting your recipes. Please submit your recipes for us to cook for you. Go to our website, www.ctctel.com. We'd love to cook them for you. Thank you always to our workshop sponsor. Have a great evening.